You are listening to the Hello Sport Podcast.
We did it, Ed. We did it.
We did it. Just went and did it, you know what I mean? 19 years.
Yep.
19 long years.
Very long years. I was merely a 16-year-old, I believe, if my maths checks out.
I was 14 in year 9. Long time ago.
And, like, obviously we've won series and shit, which are cool and that. But, like...
But now having tasted with a mature mind...
Mature palate.
A mature palate. And
Yeah.
my palais, punters and dribblers, now far more refined.
Yep.
That's on the public
Yep.
record.
Yep.
Having been able to digest in its entirety a Suncorp Decider win, it is the most pure of victories.
It was as pure as the driven snow. It was so goddamn pure.
It's simply the most pure victory I've ever seen.
It was so tight, and like it's almost not a game you'd want to watch again, but it's one of the best games ever. You know what I mean? Like some games I could watch this thing a million times, but this one, like almost because you know how it ends, like maybe it's sort of not as intense, but like it was just the most intense.
Right, as in the intensity, maybe.
The intensity is part of what made it so good, right? No points, really tight. I'm watching it again, you wouldn't feel that intensity. You'd feel some of it, but like you wouldn't be like, holy fuck, what's happening here? Because it was just like nothing you've ever seen. The defense was just so hectic.
It was fucking sensational.
Yeah.
2-0 at halftime.
Yeah.
Are you taking the piss?
That's Pooslinger sort of territory, but not in State of Origin. That's a phenomenal game of State of Origin.
The boys were just going toe to fucking toe.
Like, you know that if you had a Tigers-Raiders Sunday afternoon 2 p.m. game and it was 2-0 at halftime,
you turn it off.
You know that game is one of the great pieces of shit and abominations.
Well, you know there would have been 50 errors.
It'd be like no thank you territory. Turn it off. Not even fucking watch it.
Instead,
in State of Origin, it's just the most hectic moments.
It was fucking unbelievable. Queensland absorbed some pressure.
Can I be humble, Eddie? Like we won, right? So it's on us to set the standard.
Yes.
Of behaviour, right? Moving forward.
Yeah.
And I'm choosing humility here. Okay.
Well, it's the currency in which we've always traded.
That's it, right? Allow me to be humble. Allow me to accept success as it comes, glory as it comes, but maintain a sense of humility that reflects my standing in the community. And
yeah.
I'm going to be humble here. Queensland, nice try.
Listen,
nice try.
I too, Tom, have been reared with humility at the forefront of everything that I do.
Yeah.
And every decision I make.
Yep.
And manners have always maketh the man.
That's what we've said.
And I say this with the utmost humility to my Queensland brothers and sisters.
Yeah.
Go and fucking sit on it because you've just been given one of the great humpings.
Oh, God. Could you imagine losing that game? How fucked that would feel for them? Like,
it would
would
just be devastating, and it's devastating on a number of levels, Tom. If we want to unpack things for a second.
Do we want to go into level one?
Level one. Just some really harsh realities that the Queenslanders are now having to reckon with.
Yeah, well, they're waking up to them.
Waking up to these facts. Fact number one is that in the fires of Origin, right? It was about who was going to fucking blink first. And unfortunately for Queensland, you blinked.
No, you blinked, dude.
Because you're not made of the right stuff. And you don't have enough dogs, quite frankly.
And that's, again, humility first, right? You guys played a great game until you didn't, until we won it. But you still played well, and it takes two to tango. And without a loser...
There can be no winner.
There can be no winner, and we don't get a game like that. So full respect to Queensland for making a game of it. We really appreciate it.
We appreciate that, and you showed a bit of ticker, a bit.
Now, like, you didn't score any real points, right? Penalties, sure, but like,
Well, they didn't score a try.
You didn't score a try, so
And there's and obviously you needed a 12-man New South Wales side to win game one.
We won that 2-0. That's
it was 2-0. The first game was an asterisk. We said it at the time. It was completely ridiculous that there was a send-off in Origin.
The fact that we were able to come back and win it again, that's another level. Like, you had us on the ropes in a sense because you beat us at home game one. But then there's a little thing I like to call New South Wales spirit that came knocking on the door and was like, hey, I'm here and I'm coming in to fucking fuck shit up. You know?
Yeah. I'm coming in here with the ammo, and we're all going to fucking get real loose.
We're getting loose, and we're getting weird, and we're going to go up there, and we're going to win State of Origin in your backyard.
In your own backyard, in front of your own people.
Yeah.
That's what we're going to do.
Nice try, guys.
Nice try.
No tries, but nice try.
No tries? You didn't score any? There's no tries?
No tries.
No tries, but nice try. So... You needed 12 men to win, even just to force a decider. That's just a reality. Yep. We almost beat you with 12 men for 72 minutes, and you know it too.
Yeah, no,
and you know it. And you tell you who else knew it? Billy Slater knew it.
He did. And listen, you know what? I'd like to say, I'm looking forward to going back to the way things are with Billy and me usually in life, where I'm like sexually attracted to the man and I adore him, but like...
Well, like, you know, for... What, bloody, at least 42 weeks of the year, I'll go down on Billy Slater.
And those days are upon us once more.
yeah, and we're back there. We're back there.
Well, after today, we're back. We need to get this off our chest.
Yeah. Well, yeah, not right now. Maybe tomorrow.
Yeah, maybe tomorrow. We are coming to Queensland if you're still there. But look, it was... They were rattled again before this game. Billy was rattled again before this game. I don't know, it's like Danny Weidler or someone. Billy said it's fucking completely made up, but just like came out and said Billy and Sel and Cobbo weren't getting on, and then Billy just got like ambushed with this information in the sense that he just hadn't heard it yet. He hadn't heard the news or the coverage or what Weidler had said. So he's just at the press conference and it's like, oh, here you got the bloody something's wrong with you and Sel and Cobbo, and he's just like completely rattled. He's like, well, what? No, that's bullshit. What the fuck? Clearly rattled. Guy clearly wigging. And I get it. Like, it's tough. We know what wigging feels like. Everyone's wigged before.
Well, I think Sebo said it perfectly the other day when we were doing our Origin stream. I mean, our Origin preview. He was like, he goes, I wig 10 times a day. Like, I wig on every hole on the golf course. He goes, I know when someone's wigging and when they're not.
That's right.
He's like, Queensland's wigging, Billy's wigging. It's just, it was an undeniable fact.
But every game, Madge, shout out to Madge, who, listen, in fairness to all of us, when he was picked as coach, we were all a little bit fucking, it didn't exactly pump our balloons full of air, you know? It was a bit like, oh, fuck. We got rid of Freddie and we kind of forgot we didn't have anyone else, or at least we thought we didn't have anyone else.
I think we just need to be completely honest with ourselves, and that's part of what makes you and I great, Tom. Is that we'll own not our mistakes. We've never made one, but like we'll always acknowledge what we said at the time.
Yeah.
And what we said at the time, and what everyone in the state said at the time was nothing. He got picked, and everyone goes, "Huh?
Yeah, yeah."
Like, no one really knew what to do, and it was basically like, okay, let's see how he goes.
Yeah, I mean, we just lost so back-to-back, so, you know, fucking who knows? It couldn't get much worse.
But I'd say this. I would genuinely say this. Obviously, we've won the series, but from the moment he was selected until the crowning glory last night, he hasn't put a foot wrong.
No, dude, so good. And that's what, he's had to, the players don't say anything anymore, like to pump up the game. And every single game, he was just shitting on him. It was, or maybe it was from game 2, like after game 1 with the whole Sully thing. But like he just
has he made any weird selections? I don't think so. Has he said anything weird? Like he's just
like,
been cherry right.
He's just nailed it. And even with the like Dylan Edwards, how good Dylan Edwards was, that was a controversial. Like Dylan Edwards, the ghost, was a boy. Sorry, was a ghost, now a man. Like that guy ripped and fucking teared.
He goes. You can fuck Coogee off. With all due respect to Coogee.
Yeah, Coogiee's not even that good generally. No disrespect to Coogee, but if it's like along the beaches,
it's not the pick of them.
No,
you know what I mean?
It's very backpackery during summer. You want to get headbutted by a drunk.
There's Poms and Brazilians down there. You know what I mean? Like
you want to get fucking capoeiraed by a drunk Brazilian.
He goes, we need to be up with the people.
Yeah,
let's go up there with the mountain folk, tough as fucking
teak.
Tough as teak, bit weird too. Nothing wrong with that either.
No, well, dude, you need to. I think a healthy dose of weird is good for rugby league.
100%. Right? Throw a fucking railway sleeper over the shoulder, boys, and get to work.
Good, honest, hard work. Good, weird mountain folk to sort of keep you on your toes. Expect the unexpected,
but to keep you grounded.
Yeah.
Nothing like getting up to altitude to keep yourself grounded, mate.
No, definitely.
I've always said it.
Yeah. And there's no altitude like the mountains, Blue Mountains.
And he's obviously just fucking got the boys up and about. They had dinner the other night at the Caxton. He wanted to drive the bus down Caxton Street again.
Dude, they basically just went in and took like a big old dump on the beating heart of Queensland. You know what I mean? They've gone into the Caxton and just gone, yeah, what's up? We're going to eat here and we're going to take
But I love that. He's like, cunt, it's not that big a deal.
No.
It's really not that big a deal.
It's a pub. And we love the Caxton. This is not to impugn its work, but like... For a New South Wales coach, New South Wales players, like, don't let it have any power over you. It's a fucking pub. It's all good.
It's just a street. It's just a stadium. Not a big deal.
No.
Not a big deal.
No, not a big deal. Just go in there and have a schnitty, have a steak.
The scariest thing, I think the scariest thing as well for Queenslanders would be, let's just call a spade, right? Outside of the fucking immortal years that Queensland had, we've always had a better side. We just have. And we find ways to lose. I just feel like now, with the fucking side we've got,
we'll never lose again.
We'll never lose again.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was sort of, when I got up and started, because I watched the game again this morning before I came in, I got up and watched it, and as I was watching it, I was looking, I was like, fuck, I don't know if we'll ever lose again. That was my notes after the game.
It just...
Never to lose
It doesn't
again.
matter. It doesn't matter which way you slice it or which way you dice it. I just can't imagine a world where we lose again.
No.
Man for man, pound for pound, Tom.
Yeah.
Much better side.
Much better side. So Dylan Edwards, hot, horny, ready to play rugby league. Brian To'o, fantastic as always. Just put me in, coach, and I'll fucking do a job at the state.
This is a genuine question. Has Brian To'o ever had a bad game in his entire life?
I don't think so.
I've never seen him have a bad game. Never.
And he runs it hard, and he was tackling hard last night as well. He was tackling real hard. Tom, he comes in off his line either looking for work, okay, or looking to snap. Yeah. I'm here for work or to take souls.
Boys.
Hi, my name's Brian To'o.
My name's Brian To'o, 3-time premiership winner, couple of shields in the bag. Every now and then throughout this 80 minutes of rugby league football, I'm going to come in off my line.
From my wing.
From my wing, you got a couple of options. If you want me to truck seed, pure and honest and true, and get those PCMs, that's post-contact meters to you fucking losers out there that haven't read anything.
No, read a book.
Or, alternatively, if you want me to come in off my line and snap people in half, I can do that as well.
No, I absolutely. I'm a double threat, a dual threat. There's probably more to him than just two as well. But
he can diffuse high balls.
He can also diffuse high balls.
So that's a trip threat.
So he's a triple threat, and he's funny, and he can sing and dance. So he's a fucking pentuple threat. I don't know what that would be.
Also got a really nice smile.
A great smile, winning smile.
A winning smile.
Great head of hair. But that's what you get with Brian To'o every single game. You get soul taking, you get
PCMs.
PCMs, You get that winning smile.
118 metres.
118 metres, not for nothing. Look at that. Then Lomax as well.
Toto's final was 154.
Yep.
Edwards ran for 243. He was team and game high.
Jesus Christ.
Dylan Edwards is
the best fullback in the game.
It's fucking ridiculous how good he is.
I know.
It's fucking ridiculous.
But he's like got one of those.
He's got like one of the
serious
great
rugby league rise. Because he
yeah.
was shit. With respect to you, Dylan Edwards, so you're now fantastic. Objectively, subjectively, you weren't that good,
mate. Your name was the Ghost because no one knew what you looked like.
But then, like, he's just it's just testament to how bloody he's just ripped, dude. He's like, I don't know, just improvement.
Well,
What's possible,
but it's more than improvement.
It's out of sight improvement.
It's fucking ridiculous.
But it's funny because he's not like flashy, fuck the house down sort of rugby league. It's that sort of like not intangible because you can see what he's doing, but it's not like flashy, fast, brilliant, crazy. It's just he's just a workhorse. He's safe as houses.
He's safe. He's dependable. He'll go all day.
Yeah.
It's like a fucking Toyota Camry or a Mazda or something. Like, they're not going to wow you, all right? Your panties aren't going to fucking drop straight off.
Is it more like one of those, like a Land Cruiser or a Pajero?
Well, maybe a Cruiser.
A Cruiser.
No, Land Cruiser.
He's a Cruiser, dude. Because he's a good quality car.
No, you're right.
But the value holds, and you can have like 400,000 Ks on that cunt, and it's like it's good as new.
I think it's a Land Cruiser.
Yeah.
I think you're absolutely right. Again, Toyota, they make impeccable vehicles.
Reach out.
Yeah, reach out. Fuck yeah. Tom needs a Hilux. Or a Cruiser in that cream colour. You know that colour we're talking about. Would it look ridiculous, Tom driving a Cruiser? Sure, but they are a great vehicle.
They're the Dylan Edwards of cars.
That's right. Dylan Edwards will go all day and he will go all night and he will start under all conditions.
Yeah.
You're not going to sit there going, oh, the battery's fucked or the engine won't start. Not with Dylan.
No way.
He goes and he goes and he goes and he works his cock to the bone.
To the bone.
He's a fucking workhorse. He can't work enough. He's like a Kelpie out on the farm just looking for work.
Yeah, looking for work, dude.
Let me run.
The Ghost, the Kelpie, the Land Cruiser.
Doesn't drop him. Reads the defence beautifully. And he turns up time and time again, probing.
Just probing, dude.
He also had 7 tackle breaks, which was a team high for New South Wales.
7 tackle breaks.
He was trucking seed too when the boys were blowing. He goes, I'll truck that fucking nut.
Absolutely, he did. Now, I want to also acknowledge to everyone listening and watching around the world that, like, you already knew anatomically this man had testicles given he is a man, but to see a man display his testicles on such a public stage in the form of Zach Lomax kicking that penalty from the sideline, 2-0 down, like, we could have gone for it, but we've gone, you know what, dude? Zach Lomax has gone, give me the ball. Give me the ball. He hadn't. So then he goes and hits Bradman's one, that fade we were just looking at before. The kid is
sensational.
Well, he's almost he had a fucking series,
mate. If you bought shares in Lomax stock at the start of the year, you've got a 10-bagger.
Yep.
Like, he's had one of the great glow-ups of all time this year. Yep. At the start of the year, he was the bloke that whinged about playing on the wing, and now he's
an Origin footballer
of some note, Tom.
Yeah.
Who can strike the ball fucking beautifully. Kick and tee dribbler would have been touching himself multiple times last night.
I would hope so. We all hope so.
Striking the ball with that sort of purity.
Yeah.
I'm a fucking huge fan of Zach Lomax, who also went looking for work,
Yeah,
Tom.
he did. Yeah, he did, Edward. And he found it.
Oh. Well, that's the thing about Origin, Tom, is if you go looking for work, you'll find it.
Yeah.
But you gotta go looking for it.
You have to look for it.
And unfortunately, for New South Wales in years gone by, maybe we haven't looked for enough work.
Yeah.
Game 3s, Suncorp, deciders.
Yeah.
But the boys went looking for it last night. And I'll give you the hot tip. They found it. And there's just no denying it.
No.
Now, they're the outside backs.
Yeah, that's the...
Or the back three.
Yeah.
Stephen Crichton.
Good luck running through him.
I just think this is the God's honest truth now. If you're Queensland moving forward, you now can't attack our right edge.
Yeah.
It's just a complete waste of time.
There's no point in you guys going left. You may as well almost remove them from your football team.
You may as well not even pick that side.
Yeah.
You get rid of your back rower, get rid of your fucking centre, and get rid of your wing.
Just stack your right side. And listen, you're going to be fucked there as well, but like you're not getting through Stephen Crichton. Know that.
But it's the way that he marshals everyone on that right edge.
Yes.
He's just barking the whole time, and everyone's moving as one, Tom.
You want to talk about dog? He's one of those sheepdogs.
Yeah. It's now a complete waste of time. As long as he's playing Origin football, you can't go left anymore.
No.
You just can't.
There's no way you will score a try left while Stephen Crichton's on the field.
So I hope you know that. I hope you're aware of that.
Honestly, we're just like we're think of us as just like passing on a message. You know what I mean? We're sort of just letting you know.
Yeah. Oh, you think you're going to get through Liam Martin, Stephen Crichton, and Zach Lomax? Is that what
Don't waste your time there.
Is that what you're saying? It's a waste. It's
Madams.
You mean the fucking the terrier from Temora? You reckon you're getting through him?
Good luck, kid snaps. I tell you what. Again, humility here. Humble. Tommy Dearden had a game and a half.
Yeah, he did.
Kid had a game and a half.
Well, Dearden's an Origin footballer.
He is, dude. He is, and it's funny. Like I haven't seen shitloads of Cowboys games. To be fair to Tommy Dearden.
Well, I don't. Well, I've got a life to live. I've got a life to live.
You know what I mean? Life honestly at the moment is too short to be watching Cowboys games. So I don't see a whole lot of Tommy Dearden. But when I do, I guess the games I've seen, I haven't had my dick blown clean off from just like what I've seen from Clubland Dearden. But then I see him with the maroon on, and I'm like, this guy is an absolute stallion.
He was fucking sensational.
Mate, he was making breaks. He was eating people. He
snapped at least four or five cunts.
Liam Martin, he snapped him so hard on the line, the ball popped out. Liam Martin was trying to run him all night, and he just snapped him.
Yeah, he did. He didn't catch that cleanly, in fairness to Liam Martin.
Mate, on the line, you're the little bloke, and you've got Liam Martin, the Temora Terrier, about to literally pulverise your skull, and you go, yeah, righto, bro, bring it on.
No, you're right. It was very impressive. But unfortunately for Tom Dearden, it amounted to absolutely nothing.
Literally nothing. It was all for nothing.
It was all for nothing. You could argue it was a complete waste of his time.
Yeah, absolutely. Listen, he got paid.
Sure.
Listen,
if you play Origin for the money,
yeah,
sure.
But in terms of like valuable use of your time, you would have been better off not playing because you lost.
You may as well have not played.
No,
because you've achieved absolutely nothing.
Yeah. Well, you'll be remembered for the game and for the series, but you lost, so.
Well, that's the whole point, though.
You know, humble.
Humble in that.
Marta Mitch from across the ditch. We do need to work out exactly what his meters and minutes was to find out how many nappies he gets.
Was it minutes and meters? I thought it was
tackles and meters.
Tackles and meters.
Tackles and meters.
Tackles times meters?
Yeah. Tackles times meters to find out how many nappies we've got to get Mitch Barnett.
So he had 73 run meters.
Okay. This is going to be quite juicy, isn't it?
And he had 30 tackles, which, if you give me a second.
Right.
2,190.
Okay.
2,000.
Well,
listen, promise is a promise.
Yeah, it is. Now, we're obviously going to need to get our eyes on a bulk purchase, because if you buy in bulk, Eddie, at least your unit cost is going to go down some degree.
Well, Tom, I don't know if you realise this, but if you buy in bulk, you save.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you can go broke saving money, but when you've got to give to how many nappies?
2,100.
when you promise a man 2,100 nappies,
You'd want to deliver.
you'd want to deliver, and I think an order of that magnitude will realise some savings.
Punters and dribblers, we are proud to once again be partnering with our good friends at Four Pines. Phenomenal day we had Sunday at Four Pines Park.
We were at Four Pines Park, Tom, being wine dined, 69.
Yes.
You know, flipping coins, eating duck pancakes, you know, Chairman's Lounge, Tony Mestrov. Like, we're back in favour with the club, and it's thanks to our friends at Four Pines, and that doesn't go unnoticed.
No, it doesn't. But had a wonderful day. They got us in there with the family.
I tell you what, we did have a good day on. Not only did Manly win, but a great day on the Japanese lagers.
Yes.
Very, very sessionable beer.
Lovely, easy, crisp, clean drinking beer. Perfect for the game of rugby.
It's a rugby league beer.
Yeah, it is.
Which I appreciate.
Well, it certainly helps.
It's what I look for in a beer. Mm-hmm. Has this beer got rugby league about it? Yes or no?
Answer me the question. Does it have a bit of rugby league about it? Yes or no?
And if it's yes, I'll drink it. If it's a no, I won't.
And what I'm telling you is Four Pines Japanese Lager has a bit of rugby league about it.
Plenty of it. Thank you to our friends.
I think based on the fact that we all got fades for the state last night, that we're good for it.
I don't want to I also don't want to. Well, fucking oath, we're good for it. We'll step up, but I don't want to take credit, all the credit, for what the good juju that we put out there last night. But there's no way that you could honestly look me in the eye and say that we didn't have some impact on the outcome of that game last night.
If you,
you wouldn't be being honest.
Well,
you'd be being deceitful.
Well, you're being dishonest if you can't sit there and acknowledge that on some level we played a role last night. And I'm not going to sit here, nor is Tom, and say that we deserve the bulk of the credit, because that would be absurd. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that we need all the credit.
We don't need the lion's share.
No, we don't need the lion's share. We're not greedy little piglets, Tom.
No.
We're not Nile crocodiles.
No, we're not Nile crocodiles.
Not always.
We can be.
But not right now, we're not.
No.
So I'm not asking for the lion's share of credit, but I think that it would be dishonest for anyone to suggest that we didn't play an insignificant role.
A not insignificant
role.
Yeah. Because
let's just fucking cut to the facts, right?
Yeah.
These are the facts.
Facts time.
30 years ago, 1994, Moses' uncle, Benny Elias, went up there to Queensland after losing game one in Sydney.
Lebanese Australian,
yeah.
man.
Lost game one in Sydney, won game two in Melbourne, and then you seen a pattern here, punters dribblers, goes up there and gets man of the match as a proud Lebanese Australian. Now, Mitch Moses was born that same year. He goes up there 30 years later. His nephew, okay?
Your microphone's dragging on your zipper there, bro.
Are you starting to get it, punters and dribblers?
So what do we do?
So what do we do?
What do we do? We've got our dear friend Hectic Fred.
Shout out to him.
Who's the number one Lebanese man in Australia, and I won't hear another word about it. He, after seeing your hatchet job die, he welcomed you into the Lebanese community and
Hectic Ed,
and he encouraged you to get a fade for game 3. It seemed like it made sense if you wanted to, truly be Lebanese like Fred. In Fred's own image. But then it felt like, well, fuck, this is about, mate, this is the whole state concerning this. So we all need to get fades.
One in, all in sort of stuff?
Correct. All for one, one for all.
So we nip into King of Fades yesterday.
Where did we nip into, Ed?
The King of Fades.
Right. Where else would you go?
King of Fades, F-A-D-E-Z.
And
fades.
And was there a signed Conor McGregor fucking UFC glove hanging on the wall? You bet your ass there was.
We sit down, couple of mid fades, okay, honest and true, beard done as well.
Yeah, had to.
We come back to the studio.
Didn't take long, did it?
No, but you know what, Tom? As frustrating as it was in the moment, when I realised that each haircut was taking an hour 15, maybe an hour and a half, maybe an hour 45, 2 hours per cut.
Yeah.
Only one man on the fucking scissors.
That was the problem.
Sitting there, I probably waited 4 or 5 hours for my cut just to get to the chair.
Yeah.
And at moments like that, doubt starts to sneak in, right? You know, you start to doubt yourself. You start to think, am I up to it?
Should we go find a different hairdresser?
Should we have cancelled our private sessions at 1 p.m? You start to question yourself, punters and dribblers,
Question
and
your
it's
decisions.
and a weaker man or woman probably gets up and leaves. But when you're made of the right state and stuff, rather, and you know that the state needs you, then you just wait.
Yeah.
You come back to the studio, Lebanese food everywhere, garlic sauce, beautiful chicken.
Beautiful, dude. The food last night was just like Lebanese people know how to eat.
Oh, dude.
They know how to eat, bro.
Well, they know how to eat. They know what to eat.
They know what to eat. Yeah, they definitely know how to eat. Like,
They know what to eat.
But what to eat is the more appropriate explanation.
We've got our New South Wales fucking balloons here. We've got Lebanese flags. The great and the powerful rugby league guru brings in a beautiful omen yesterday as well, which I think went a huge lift.
Yeah.
A nice Benny Elias canvas.
Yes, which obviously I greatly appreciate the gesture by Guru. He did say he was taking it back, which obviously was not how I thought it was a gift.
It came across like that.
It came across as a gift. In full, fairness to Guru, he was quick to tell us it wasn't a gift, but not quick enough where I didn't have some moment of my life where I thought I was now in possession of a Benny Elias canvas.
He could have been quicker on the draw.
He just could have been quicker, and he has every right not to give it to us. We don't deserve it. It's from his studio. But I would be lying to the people, not something I'm prepared to do on my podcast, if I didn't tell you all that I was slightly sorrowful upon realization that Guru was not in fact giving us a gift.
I couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
I am devastated that it's not in our possession. It feels happier here in this studio.
And honestly, it probably looks better hanging on our whiteboard, you know? That's a vibe thing, obviously.
Hey, we'll bring it back, but not yet.
No. Well, you know what? Pick it up when you come to about even.
Now, Fred, Hectic Fred,
Yeah.
the number one Lebanese man in the community, also drove an hour, punters and dribblers, to drop off some Iraq.
Yeah, Iraq, this super hectic Lebanese booze.
Which was actually really nice.
It was nice. It's better you put it with water. I'm not drinking it, punters and dribblers. This is water, I guarantee.
And that drum, what's the drum called?
I have no idea what the drum's called. A drum? Is there a name on it?
I'm pretty sure he made a
Tabla.
A what?
A tabla
A tabla.
is a small hand drum, also known as a debak.
Yeah.
Not sure if that's how you pronounce it, but
A debak. Durbakke.
Dude,
Debak.
the drum got into its work last night. That drum fucking... Not that we paid for it because it was a generous gift by Fred, but it paid for itself. It was a great addition and a perfect,
Mate, can I be honest with you?
I'd love you to be.
And be honest with the state. When Bradman Best scored last night,
Oh, bruz.
I completely lost control of my faculties,
Yeah.
of my sensibilities, of my body, right?
Fine motor skills.
I left my body. I went to another plane.
Yeah.
I went to another existence, right? I don't know where I was.
Super Saiyan, is that a fucking Dragon Ball Z thing? I'm not sure. I don't get it.
If I was Goku, Tom, I went Super Saiyan.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Shout out to Goku. Fuck you, Vegeta, sort of stuff.
Okay, right, yeah.
Just the moment of purity to be with my best mates, whom I love dearly, watching us give it to those Queensland cucks after 19 years at Suncorp when Bradman Best goes, oi, brah, here's a big fucking nah, brah, and you can't stop me, and scores a try.
After 60-odd minutes of nothing.
Of nothing.
The pressure that built up, the edging that was going on.
Oh, my God, dude. It's just one of the great completions. It was
an Origin edging.
The edging last night, because we'd been close. We'd been so close and just kept getting turned away and dicked around, and we
half breaks, you knock on an ankle tap. It was
we edged.
Dude.
Oh, we edged.
Origin edge.
Oh, we edged punters and dribblers.
And so then when Bradman scored, that was a state completing as well.
Oh, God, it felt good.
Yeah.
And we're hugging and we're kissing, and then the fucking tabuk comes out. Did I pronounce that correctly? Of course I didn't. And we're just...
The smelling salts came out.
We're just having the fucking time of our lives.
Yep.
The time of our lives. It was the time of my life, Tom.
Time of my life.
That's deathbed sort of stuff. With all due respect to my family.
Yeah, well, of course. And to the deathbed. Which some people, reserve for... Some people may say that, you reserve the deathbed for something more, again, societally important. But what I would say to those people and to the deathbed generally is that last night was serious deathbed territory.
Oh, okay. Okay. Are you unhappy with my deathbed selection?
Yeah. What? Oh,
Karen?
Sorry, Karen.
Are you unhappy with my deathbed selection? Oh, you don't think...
Oh, I'm sorry.
You don't think after edging for 62 minutes up at fucking Suncorp, haven't been done for 19 years, not since fucking Joey, the greatest player of all time, goes up there, does a hit job on ya. You don't think it's appropriate for me to fucking think that's deathbed quality?
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Excuse me, Queensland Karen. You got a fucking issue with me deathbed? Well, you think it should be, watching the sunrise, near the Eiffel Tower? Kick rocks.
What, the Northern Lights or something?
Oh, yeah, cool, brah. Oh, yeah, you want to go see killer whales? Shut up. Shut up. I just saw a Game 3 miracle.
I saw a miracle. Not on the ice, on the grass. So Bradman Best goes over punters and dribblers. The state completes his one after edging for 62 Origin minutes, which are longer. I think 3-1 longer than regular minutes.
Bruh, at least.
So you're looking at essentially 180 minutes of regular edging.
Do we have the science around how an Origin minute 3 times the length of a regular minute? Is there?
It's 3-1, yeah.
But how is that in terms of like relativity and space time? Like how does that entirely? Like when you go to space, like an Earth minute and a space minute are different.
Well, it's not an Earth minute and a space minute are different. It's speed. So if you're traveling at if you travel at the fucking speed of light, time is slower for you.
But then, isn't there? What is it where you're like, the clocks need to be?
Well, that's because of gravity. That's a gravity thing. So the closer you are to like a dense object, the quicker time is. So I think satellites are like 0.000001 seconds behind.
Right.
Have to be adjusted.
Whereas rugby league, state of origin.
Well, because that is a dense object, right? It's a dense event.
Yes.
I would imagine time quicker, slower. Anyway. It's not time for relativity. It's not time for our...
Hello Sport, state of origin theory of relativity. Theory of state of origin relativity.
Yeah. Because there'd be a couple.
There's a time and a place for that.
There's a time and a place. There's a time and a place. And quite frankly, I'm not in the fucking mood for it.
Nah, dude, you got to be in the right headspace to tackle that sort of thing. We're not gonna make fucking who's that fucking guy who went on Rogan?
Oh, and had his bumhole ripped open.
What's his name?
Terence Crawford.
Yeah, we're not going to Terence Crawford ourselves here trying to explain to you the theory of origin relativity. There's a time and a place.
Because you wouldn't get it. You wouldn't get it. Now, back to just...
Terence Crawford? Terence Howard?
Terence Howard. Terence Howard.
Terence Crawford's a boxer, isn't he? Anyway. Fuck.
Let's not get bogged down here, Tom.
Do you know? Can I be honest with you now for a second? Can I?
Mm.
There's been 2 times since we've been sitting here where I almost fell asleep.
You haven't had much sleep, have you, mate?
Nah. I just went, oh, shit. What happened there? Almost drifted. I just had a shocking night's sleep on the couch.
Yeah, well, you love your state.
Mate, I love my state, and I'm here. Like, I don't think, like, again, relatively speaking, like, I'm still packing a punch here, even though I'm fucking half dead. I think it's impressive, to be honest.
I think you're very impressive.
Like, I don't think I'm giving off the air of a man who's dozed a couple of times inadvertently.
You're not giving it off to me, Tom.
Nah, good.
You're not giving it off to me.
Good. Because I wouldn't want to. Because I show up.
You do show up. Thank God you're in your bounced out trackie. Shout out to him. We'll just take a moment.
Yeah, can we take a moment
to say our thankfuls and our gratefuls. Grateful and thankful for the punter and the dribbler who continue to turn up and support us and support the podcast, and who have an eye for high fashion.
Yep.
They recognise the absolute undeniable quality of the bounced out trackie and how applicable it can be to many lives.
I can't, and I mean, like, you know, I can't, we've already, you know, they've already gone on sale. They're, you know. Well,
they're still on sale.
They still are on sale.
But we're into thicky territory.
Yeah, we're into thicky.
So if you're a big thickie, we really looked after you this time around. Yeah. Maybe you could argue we probably overdid it.
Yeah, there's a very nuanced balance to ordering for thickies. One that, again, probably not necessarily get into right now, but you do need to crack that code. And when you do, you know, glory awaits. Now, these are the most comfortable trackies of fucking all time. Like, truthfully, they are. Whether you want to get them or not, I'd, like, do what you want to do at Perishable. I don't give a fuck. But, like, I'm just telling you, there's nothing that I enjoy wearing more than these when you bounce out.
Well, so
comfortable.
Put it this way: if you're listening right now, you probably haven't got them yet because you might be getting them today. But I'm just going to assume, for the point of my story, you're not wearing them as I speak to you.
Yeah.
So the reality is, as you sit there listening to us in your coarse denim, right? I'm here, head to toe, in terry toweling.
Yeah. Draped in a New South Wales state political jacket,
which are also still on sale. Not many sizes left. No. Not fuck all stock.
But the impetus, Edward. Obviously, we are acknowledging the quality that we've got here. But a shout out to the punter and the dribbler who just get around it and get around us. We fucking love it, and we really appreciate you.
100%, and we love you.
And we love you. We absolutely. I almost fell asleep again. Sorry, guys. No, we love you.
Absolutely love you. But again, if you are a bigger gentleman or lady, still a few bigger sizes available. hellosport.shop.
Yeah, you might also. This isn't like a weight thing. You might be a huge giant. You know, you may be an actual giant.
Did I say? I didn't say fat. I said bigger.
I just what I mean. I just want to make sure it's like you can just be a giant. It's not.
Well, you might be 7 foot.
You might be, Victor Wembanyama.
Exactly.
You'd probably need to buy 2 jackets and get it repurposed.
Well, you'd probably get 2 5XL and stitch them together.
Yeah.
That's what I'd be doing. Wembanyama, if you're listening. Back into it.
Yep. Is there a drill going on I can hear?
Yeah, there's someone drilling, dude.
Love it.
We had the blower before. Now we got some cunt drilling. You wouldn't be able to hear that, punters and dribblers, but I can. Still made in. There's just no way that Mitch Moses scores last night if we don't get the fucking Lebanese going in here, bro. There's just no way.
Nah, he doesn't. He doesn't score the match-sealing try if we don't go full Lebanese, if we don't get the fades, if we don't get the food, if we don't get the flags and the drum. Like, that doesn't happen. That was just a pure Origin moment. Pure as the driven snow. Shout out to Angus Crichton for one of the greatest comeback stories, genuinely, like, ever. Like, it's awesome. What a comeback. Not just a comeback.
And to win the Lewis Johns, dude.
To win the Lewis Johns, or the Johns Lewis.
Oh, sorry, the Johns Lewis. Yeah. My apologies.
Win the Johns Lewis medal after, like, to come back and just play rugby league was impressive. And then it's like, oh, shit, dude, he's actually going to, like, playing well enough for State of Origin.
Mate, 2
he
years
wins
ago,
the
people were
Wild-
like, he's not going to play
He
anymore.
wins the Johns Lewis.
People were like, he's not going to play anymore. A couple of years ago.
Yeah, I remember it.
Comes back, he's the best fucking back rower in the comp.
Yeah.
That's just a fact.
A good guy. You know, you hear him. He just seems like a solid. You know, we know him like peripherally. I wouldn't be able to give you a proper fucking. You know what I mean? But he just seems like a solid dude.
He's a country boy, Tom.
Oh fucking!
He's got one of the.
as
He's
well.
got Tamora as well.
Dude, Zach Lomax, Liam Martin, and Angus Crichton all from Tamora. We were trying to work out whether they're bras or not.
Yeah, I'd love to know. I mean, Angus Crichton's chin. It's the greatest chin in fucking world sport.
It
in my
is.
opinion.
No, but I mean, then you like, and we had this discussion the other day. But like, you sit it next to Stephen Crichton's, dude. Like, Crichton's got one as well. Spencer Lenu, dude. What about that fucking junkyard dog? You know what I mean? That guy's a junkyard dog.
He's a junkyard. He you know who he is? It's like if you accidentally throw your ball over the fence into the neighbour's yard,
Yep.
and you've at your friend's place, and you've never been into this yard before.
Yep.
You get in there and you just see a fucking big dog,
Junkyard dog, dude.
come around the corner. You're like, get me the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
He was fucking people up last night.
Yeah, dude. Well, he said as much. You know what I mean? Like, he told them all what he was planning, and he did it. So, like, you can't really be angry at him. He's like, I'm going to come and fuck you all up. And then that's what he did.
I fucking love our side so much.
Dude, they're
Just
fantastic.
full of sick puppies and
Yeah.
bogans and country boys.
Yeah.
I fucking love it.
Listen, they are Australia. You know what I mean?
He goes, "Oi, I'll come up here. I'll fight all you cunts. 50,000 of you,
Bring it on, dog.
one at a time, bruh. You know what I'm saying?
Did we suck Jerome Luai off yet?
Not yet.
Dude,
He has gone to a special place
we
now.
were saying in the green room before, well, Cody Totes was, who is the Tigers fan, but just how that signing has aged so beautifully for the Tigers. Like, you know, everyone was sort of always like, oh, what can he do without Cleary? Oh, is he a 5'8"? You sign him as a halfback. Nath goes out, injured, and Luai goes to halfback and just continues to kill it. And then comes into State of Origin football, and he's a man that breaks the game open. Setting up Bradman Best, the pit bull.
Mate, he's won 3 comps in a row, and now he's gone up to Suncorp and done a fucking job on him.
A bit like done a 19-year hoodoo.
He gets into DCE's face, he's ruffling feathers, he's talking shit.
Again, good to be back on speaking terms with the Manly Seagulls skipper, Daly Cherry Evans, but my God, I was loving Luai getting up in his mush, up in his grill. Loved it.
Loved it, dude. Just a niggly little cunt.
Oh,
and I'm
dude.
fucking loving it,
Yeah,
bro.
it's fantastic.
I'm loving it. So good. Mitch Moses, supreme. Huge boot on the cunt.
Kid can kick a Steeden, Edward. No Steeden safe.
No Steeden safe.
He boots the bejesus out of it.
Just impeccable.
Punters and Dribblers, just taking a moment out of this wonderful podcast to thank one of our sponsors who are also wonderful, and that would be Ned's, without whom nothing would be possible.
Without whom we wouldn't be sitting here in such nice chairs.
These vintage boys.
You would be on stools or something.
We'd be on stools, or we might even just have like pogo sticks up our bums.
Listen, we wouldn't be comfortable.
No.
Know that. And having comfortable hosts is the essence required to produce quality dribble and yarn.
That's right. Now, if you like to have a punt, and obviously you do it responsibly as we are watching the Cobra America final, then you do it with Neds. It's as simple as that. If
you could have bet on the Cobra America.
You could have. You could have bet on the Cobra America.
All the Euros.
All the Euros.
Same thing, but you know.
They're the exact same thing.
Different pronunciations. One's Spanish, one's English.
You could also have
Read a
bet
book.
on the Rugby League, Manly Seagulls getting it done.
Like a Hamole or a Lehigh or a Tommy Talau or a 13 plus
Tommy
or a
Turbo,
Humphreys anytime. Humphreys first.
You could have. We did. Lord knows we did, punters and dribblers. Now, head to Ned's, download the app, follow along on our profiles if you want to see what we're getting after, or you can join the About Even group. It's as simple as that. Ned's, make it easy. What's gambling really costing you? For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.
Now, New South Wales have got a new fucking team song, mate.
Okay.
And it's fucking good.
Probably take the headphones off.
Hook this to your veins.
This is bad. I wonder who fucking came up with that new one. It's got a bit of Penrith vibe about it.
Yeah, it's like talk a bit of shit with your mouth or something like that. It's fucking.
Is that what they say?
Yeah. I'll get
It's
the.
it's also Bizarre, Critter, and Luai all in the middle.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It looks like they've
yeah,
made it up
yeah.
almost.
Just fucking.
All the comments are like, it's all the Penrith boys definitely wrote this.
Of course they did.
But it seemed like everyone was fucking into it, and I mean, like knew the words and shit.
Of course they fucking. You talked a lot of shit with your mouth, but we're the boys in blue, New South. Where is Queensland? We can't see ya. Blue, stand up. Let me hear ya. Blah, 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 blah.
That's fantastic. What's that first? That opening?
You
line?
talked a lot of shit with your mouth, but we're the boys in blue, New South.
Yes, God. That is so funny. Talked a lot of shit with your mouth.
Where is Queensland? We can't see ya. Blue, stand up. Let me hear ya.
That is so dribbly. That is so fucking dribbly.
I love that,
Dude,
shit.
I love it. It's fantastic. It's the dribbliest song of all time. Like the lyrics are hilarious, but they're great.
It's 1000% got to be the fucking Penrith boys.
It has
doesn't
to
it?
be.
Who else writes? You talked a lot of shit with your mouth, but we're the boys in blue, New South.
But is this officially the new team song, or is this
they're
like
singing
just
it?
one they've got them practicing? Do we even have a New South Wales song? Or is this it? Is this our answer to Ya Ya Yippee? Talks a lot of shit with your mouth.
The New South Wales answer to yippee yippee whatever the fuck it is you talked a lot of shit with your mouth. With your mouth.
We're the boys in blue,
New South. Where is Queensland? We can't see ya. We can't see ya. We're the boys in blue. Let me hear.
I liked the drum. Like
Let
the way
me
that
hear.
I mean, obviously we're big drum vibes.
We're
in here now.
huge drum guys.
Yeah.
Obviously, we've been welcomed with open arms in the Lebanese community. Once again, shout out to it.
Yeah.
They're big drum people.
They love the drum.
And so we,
Fred
facto,
donated a drum to us.
dude, every time we fucking score and tries, I'm banging that drum.
Yeah, but I also want it to mean something. Like I don't want to bang a drum for a shit like for a shit game.
Cunt. I'm talking fucking Manly finals games.
Yeah,
here, bro.
yeah. Big important games.
I'm not banging it for.
Well,
you know,
mate, you know that's our drum now. I'm pretty sure that Fred not doing a guru on us. He was like, mate, you can have that drum. I got heaps.
He's just not putting a foot wrong, is he, Fred?
No, he's not. He's not. The kid's fantastic.
He's not. He's just not putting a foot wrong. He's not putting a foot wrong. You talked a lot of shit with you. You talk a lot of shit with your mouth.
With your mouth. But we're the boys in blue, New South.
New South. It's
poetry, dude. It's poetry.
But you know what? Queensland have talked a lot of shit
With their mouth.
with their mouth.
And to be honest, sometimes it does feel like they forget that we are the boys in blue.
New South.
Like, it does feel like that.
It does feel like that. It does feel
and
like
it shouldn't.
It shouldn't.
But, like, you know what? If that's the way you want to try and make us feel, then we're just going to, Queensland, we can't see you.
We can't see you.
Yeah.
You know what we should do? You know what we should really do?
What?
Just to fucking get a proper square up going. Next time the Kangaroos play, we should sing that.
Yeah, after the Kangaroos win.
After the Kangaroos win. Like humility.
In fairness, though, those boys don't play for the Kangaroos.
True. It's a good point.
It's a great point. Listen, it's a fantastic song, and I respect and would bet.
But there are players in there. There's players in there singing it that
That's what I mean.
That play for the Kangaroos.
That was interesting though, just to see like they've clearly come up with this new song and got the boys around it. Again, huge drum fans. Love the inclusion of the drum.
Stephen Crichton front and centre.
Stephen Crichton.
Crichton's basically leading it.
Dude, Crichton, like, honestly could be an Origin captain one day. Like, he's just so impressive.
Well, you and I said it last night, Tom, and you and I have always, I think, had a fair bit of sort of like predictive ability about us. You know, we've always been able to run an eye over cattle and make calls a long way out.
Yep.
Stephen Crichton will be captain of the state. I don't think there's any question about that. I don't even think it's up to
next
debate.
Will be Cameron Murray?
Yeah, I do.
How old is Cameron? Can we get an age check on Cameron Murray?
27, 28?
Him get
26.
26.
He's 26, dude.
So,
wow.
and then how old's Critter?
23.
I think it'll be Cam Murray next year.
Crichton's 23, yeah.
There you go. Ridiculous.
Still a bit green, still a bit wet behind the ears.
Listen, he's cutting his teeth in the club captaincy realm, and he can work his way up to the big leagues, captaincy-wise, at some stage. Listen, we won, so I don't really care about the refereeing. But Ashley Klein sending both those boys to the bin was just so Ashley Klein and so unnecessary.
There were moments last night where it became a little bit about Ashley Klein.
Well, it always does, dude. That's the problem.
But I was hopeful in a Game 3 decider that maybe it wouldn't be the Klein show, Tom, and it just was a little bit.
There's always at least he'll always dedicate like a couple of chapters to himself. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, he definitely will.
Or a couple of scenes.
It was just so unnecessary. It's just let the fucking boys play. No one threw a punch. Who gives a shit?
Then Cam Murray ran from the bench. It's like, mate, have you seen the photo? It's like 2 New South Wales players getting butt fucked by 10 Queenslanders.
Right. So basically, let me get this straight. So Luai gets into it with DCE, that's fine. Then Nanai's the first one that's fucking exasperates the whole thing. Then the whole Queensland team run over.
Yeah.
The whole team runs in. That's fine. But Cameron Murray running in isn't. Is that essentially it?
And then a blazer and chino adorned Homole Olakawatu.
Who all he did was stand up.
Yeah, and listen, it came to him. He didn't go looking for it. Trouble found Homole, and you know what? Trouble got scared. Because that's the reality, right?
Well, it's the scariest man in rugby league.
Yeah, exactly, right? And so Homole stands up there and starts just, trying to calm the situation. He got kicked off the sideline. He wasn't allowed to sit on the sideline anymore for the game. Apparently he's getting suspended for 2 weeks. Homole.
Yeah, I know, for standing up. It's
2
fucking
weeks.
mad. It's madness.
Cam Murray, 2 weeks. There should,
2 to 3, Tom.
3?
2 to 3, I think I read. I don't know. Maybe it's like a fucking...
Ches and Billy were like, it should be a red card. It's like, do you want to win that way, you fucking losers?
Listen, it's fucking pathetic, Tom.
It didn't change the game at all. Like, I honestly, even though I think that red card in the first game was bullshit, I can understand how you would call for a red card when one of your players is wiped out from the game from a high shot. But to try and get a red card, or to think that you should get a red card...
Who did they want a red card for?
Cam Murray, because he got involved in the fracas.
They wanted a red card for that.
Yeah.
Of course you fucking want to win that way, you gutless cunts.
Yeah, exactly.
That's pathetic.
Pathetic.
Mate, how's Billy last night, the bush poet, all at sea, right? Getting up there,
king.
the haiku king, rattled beyond belief, absolutely wigging. We all know it, and now it's literally... written in the stars, well, in the history books as well, that he gets up there going, oh, mate, fucking, I hope the ref's boss watches that back again because there's no protection for Reece Walsh. Reece Walsh, but who did he boot in the head? Stephen Crichton. And he goes, what am I supposed to do with my feet? Why don't you step over him?
Yeah, don't try and bend him like Beckham.
Why don't you step over him? It's just, that shit pisses me off. Like, you want Reece Walsh protected to such a level that you wanted send-offs and shit, and yet you're happy watching him boot blokes in the head.
Yeah, you're watching him fucking...
He got there too late, mate. There's nothing he could have fucking done. And he goes, what am I supposed to do with my feet?
Well, don't kick him in the head.
He literally goes into his head with his feet and then holds them there. And then holds them there, holds them there, holds them there.
It shouldn't shock you, Edward, given that he is being coached by the bush poet who is the inventor of such tactics.
Yeah. Oi, mate, we're fucking... New South Wales, the grubby side, but oi, Reece, lead with your feet, mate.
Yeah. What do you got here for us, Cody Toads?
This is just Reece's feet if you wanted to watch it back.
I'll watch Reece's feet.
Stephen Crichton.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be a try. God, he's a good footballer. Yeah, he comes in and kicks his bloody face off.
Stephen Crichton has already lost the ball. However, there is
That's straight out of the Slater handbook, that.
So we have a decision.
When in doubt, lead with your feet, mate.
Yeah.
If you get there late,
boot in the face.
Just boot them up.
You know what, dude? Where's Billy Slater's comments about mums and daddies at Paddy's Markets in watching the game, you know?
If he was a man of
integrity,
integrity, Tom, he'd come out and he'd rant about mums and dads.
Yeah, mums and dads would not love that.
Well, they wouldn't, Tom.
No, there's no way.
Well, Tom, can I ask you something?
Shoot.
You've got daughters.
I do.
Right? You've got children.
Yeah.
There's obviously no way now that you'd consider driving them down to join the local rugby league side after that.
What, you mean, just to get kicked in the face?
Well, because you get kicked in the head.
I don't want my two young daughters to get kicked in the face, Edward, so no, I will not be joining.
It's absolutely disgraceful, really.
Yeah, no, it is. We're not even allowed to watch it anymore at home.
And Billy wonders why participation rates are down.
It's a disgrace, mate. It's an absolute disgrace. Now, Edward, I don't know whether we've missed anything.
Oh, yeah, one more thing.
What?
It came to our attention before the game that Madge Maguire's got a bit of drought breaker about him.
Oh, yeah.
40-odd years with the Rabbitohs, 9 years with the Kiwis, 12 years with Wigan.
Yep.
Add 19 years to the fucking list.
Yep. How many cumulative years of drought has he broken?
Well, what was the Rabbitohs drought?
43
Was it 42
years?
or 43?
It was 43.
43
plus 19.
Plus 9 is 52. Plus 12 is 64. Plus 19 is 83.
So 83 years of drought broken at the hands of Madge Maguire.
That
might be the most drought-breaking coach of all time.
Well, certainly in Australia.
Yeah.
Certainly in the Asia Pacific.
APAC.
There might have been some bigger numbers done in maybe England or America, but
that's not our concern, though. Really,
but it's certainly in the Asia Pacific region, Tom, APAC. That's got to be the record.
Yeah. Well, shout out to him. He's our coach. He's the state's coach. You know, good dude, good coach. They talk about him being like, oh, he's going to be the most sought after club coach now. I'm like, I just don't feel like they're the same thing. And obviously, Madge has coached clubs before, but like he's had a bit of a sort of like flat patch with the club coaching sort of shit, right? Like,
well, I mean,
Tigers.
With all due respect,
yeah, I know.
Tough gig.
No, a very tough gig. Very tough gig. But to me,
it's the toughest gig in world sport, coaching the Tigers.
No, it is. It's absolutely awful. It's a form of torture. But
you'd take Guantanamo over the Tigers,
Gitmo,
and I say that with all due respect.
First bus to Gitmo over Concord, bruh. Fuck that.
Oi, I'm getting a one-way ticket to Gitmo before I go to fucking Tiger Town, dude.
Yeah.
Concord? No, thanks.
You want to Concord? How
Oh,
about
but we've got a barber. You can get your hair cut here.
in the club? Oh, yes. Sick,
Okay,
dude.
great. You
know
sold.
what?
Oh, whoops, you got me.
I might, you know what? That sounds lovely. That sounds really appetizing. I might just go and get waterboarded in Gitmo for fucking 9 years.
Yeah. Sleep torture, please.
Yeah, sleep torture, water drip torture, please.
A little waterboarding?
Yeah,
Sure.
come on.
Whatever.
Fuck it, dude.
Not a big deal.
No. I mean, anything's better than going to the Tigers, right?
100%.
So, listen, with that in mind, no, maybe it's not fair to say that about Madge Maguire's, but, like, off the back of coaching an Origin success, and quite the success it was, I just am like, when people are like, fuck, mate, everyone will be, you know, he'll be the hottest thing in clubland. That may be true, but I don't think they're the same thing. You get, like, 6 weeks to have the best players in the fucking world. Like, it's a different kettle of fish. I would feel.
It's not the same.
As a complete novice.
Not
from the outside.
not the same thing. I mean, Mal Meninga taught us that.
Not the same thing.
Not the same thing. Not
The
same thing. Not the same thing. As we leave you, punters and dribblers.
Yep. Thank you so much again.
We've gone the big lift.
Yep.
Tom, obviously, 2 hours sleep on the couch. We had a lot of tequila last night, a lot of 4 pints, a lot of fun. But it takes a toll. Celebrating the greatest, most pure win I've seen.
We usually won't, like, we.
It's top 3. Manly premierships, 08, 11, and that.
Yeah, but, like, that was a win that needed to be celebrated. Like, if we're here watching the Eels Tigers on a Thursday night, you don't celebrate. You finish the stream, you maybe have a beer, and you go home to your families.
And maybe a slice of pizza, just to wash it down, and then you fuck off.
And then you're off home to your families. But when your state breaks a 19-year drought, decimating Queensland of nice try fame, you have to steer into it.
You take your fucking shirt off, right? You have a gabba.
You gabby your heart out.
Then you go outside, you pour yourself a stiff one, and you have a couple of darts with your mates. And then you
Listen
chew
to some hard styles.
100%. And then you chew the fat till the wee hours. That's what you do.
Yeah.
That's what everyone should have done.
Yeah.
And if you didn't, shame on you.
Yeah. And then you got to get on you got to get on the couch and do a couple of potties, and then you got to nip up to Queensland for a hacker major.
Yeah.
It doesn't stop.
There's no quitting the kids. And at the end of the day, Queensland, you talked a lot of shit with your mouth.
With your mouth.
And we're the boys in blue, New South. New South. Like, it is what it is.
Yeah, I don't know if they get that.
Do you get it?
I don't think they get it. Anyway.
Most pure win all time.
Dude, so good.
Hook that shit to my veins.
Yes, please.
Hook it to my veins.
Hook it up.
Oi, drip me up, buttercup.
Drip me up. Dude, a drip would actually do me wonders right now. Okay.
Love yous, bye.
Ciao.
Could you two just not talk anymore?